Never thought in a million years I would be filming a YouTube fitness Q&A, but 2021 is full of surprises, I guess. Please subscribe if you're new, because I will be posting a lot more fitness content on this channel, not only Quran recitations. Got a new camera. It's called the EOS Rebel SL2. It is my first camera, so I'm still kind of new to the whole filming thing. But before we get started, I wanted to say thank you for 15,000 thank you for 15,000 subscribers. I will be posting a lot more fitness content, so turn on the post notifications thingy, majiggle blob, and also because I'll be posting like spontaneous Quran recitations. And yeah, let's get into it. Alright, what is up YouTube? I hope you're all having an amazing day. I asked you guys on my Instagram to ask me some fitness questions, so that's what I'm going to be answering today. Hopefully I can answer them to my best of my ability. But before we get started, this might be a long video, so if you want to grab some drinks or grab a notebook to take some notes, then go ahead and do that. Let's hop right into it. Alright, so first question is, what got you into fitness? So pretty much growing up, there came a time when like everyone was getting into the gym, and like my friends were putting on muscle, and like other kids were competing in like how much they can bench or how much they can lift and stuff, and I was never really too keen, or I was never really too interested in going to the gym. I kind of just stuck to my sports, which was like football and like table tennis and stuff. And then one day I stumbled across a video that was made by Sam Calder, and he collaborated with Gymshark, which is this company. And I was a huge fan of his work, huge fan of like cinematography and film, and the way he articulated the athletes in that video was something that absolutely just shattered my entire existence. And there was this one athlete, his name is David Lade. I'm a huge fan of his. I was kind of introduced to his physique, and I was introduced to his lifestyle in that collaborative video that they made with Gymshark. And I kind of started doing more research on who David Lade was, and I found out that he struggled a lot in his fitness journey, that when he was growing up he was really insecure about being skinny, and he was basically kind of bullied. He was kind of bullied throughout his entire life of high school, and he started eating more food and kind of just picking up the small little tiny seeds from his journey and seeing how he grew as a person in terms of his fitness goals. I resonated with his content so much, and it really inspired me to start my fitness journey. So I started watching more YouTube videos about fitness, and I started realizing that, oh, this lifestyle of being like a person who goes to the gym isn't so hard. I used to think it was like the hardest thing in the world, but it's not. So yeah. Next question is, do you eat a lot? So I don't eat a lot of food. When I first started lifting, maybe back in like the early days, like in 2018, like the ending of 2018 is kind of where I started. I used to eat a lot of food, like 4,000 calories, because my main purpose was to put on as much muscle as possible and to get as strong and as quick as possible. Although that did do me a lot of benefit, I kind of destroyed my appetite and my relationship with food. So now I don't really have the luxury of being strong in the gym. So as of right now, I don't eat too much food. I think my calorie intake right now is around 3,200. How do you find time to work out? So as of right now, around this time of the year, it's kind of easy to find time to work out, because Fajr Salah is pretty late. Fajr comes in around like 6 o'clock, 6:30, 6:15, around there. So I have like the comfort of being able to wake up pretty like late, and then get a meal in, like breakfast, and then go to the gym. So I try to knock it out first thing in the morning so that I can continue with my work. But a good tip to find time to work out, ask yourself, when do you have a time frame where either before or after your most stressful time of the day. If I have a really stressful day and I know I have a lot to do, I'll usually push the workout towards the end of the day, so that at the end of the day I can like come home and like de-stress, go to the gym and just focus on that and like blow off all the steam over there. Sometimes I don't like spending like 2 hours at the gym, so I'll just do like a 30-minute cardio session just to get the blood flow going, and that's like all that truly matters at the end of the day. What kind of foods do you eat before and after working out? That's a very good question. So because my training style is created around the squat, the bench, and the deadlift, which are the 3 big compound movements, and it's mainly focused on strength training, I always try to make sure that my system is nice and pumped with a lot of carbs and a lot of sodium. So before I go and work out, I'll kind of have like a pre-workout meal, maybe like some chicken and some rice, and I'll add like extra sodium in there, because sodium is a really essential electrolyte for us. and it helps the muscle contraction and helps you get a bigger, better pump in the gym. Now, after I work out, I won't wait longer than 30 minutes to 1 hour after I work out to make sure that I get in a good amount of protein and a good amount of food after I come back from the gym. Because it's important for your body to be using the correct things as an energy source after you work out, so you're not just using muscle tissue. Usually I'll have like a protein smoothie and I'll throw in like a couple strawberries or a couple of fruits in there, and it's like the easiest way to digest food right after a workout. Next question is, how often should I work out? So this all depends on your lifestyle. This depends on how much time you have during the week to work out, and also depends on like your lifestyle and your training style. So for me, I work out between 5 to 6 days a week, depending on how lazy I am. But majority of the time it's like 6 days, right? My training split right now is I would do chest and back on Monday, then shoulders on Tuesday, shoulders and arms, and which is today. Today I'm going to be training shoulders and arms, and then tomorrow I'll be doing legs, right? And then after that I'll have a rest day, right? So it'll be 3 days on, 1 day rest, 3 days on, 1 day rest. So I train 6 days a week. Now, if you are someone who's just starting off as a beginner, it's probably best for you to only train like a full body routine, like 3 times a week. That way you're able to slowly get into the habit and frequency of training, right? So and that way you'll be able to make more progress in the long run in terms of being consistent with the gym. Because if you start off super hard and super heavy in the beginning and you start training 6 days a week, you might burn out after a couple of months, compared to if you had a really good structured full body routine 3 times a week and you were following everything to the T. When I first started working out, I started with 3 days. I would go 3 days a week. I would do a full body routine Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and the other days would just be off days. I would probably do some cardio. I would focus on lacking muscle groups. And as time progressed and my body kind of plateaued and I kind of graduated from the 3 day full body routine, I kind of went on to a 5 day program, and now I'm at a 6 day program, and I think I'm going to consistently stay at the 6 day program. How to advise someone who has anxiety working out. So I'm pretty sure this is like really normal in the fitness community, that when you first start working out, you're super anxious, you don't know how to feel, you don't know what's going to go on, and your body is going through all these new experiences and these new challenges, and you're so scared you're going to look stupid at the gym doing something wrong. But I would say that the reason why it's so important to be consistent is because your fitness journey is always going to be like a constant learning stage. You're never going to be in a stage where you're not learning about your body. Like right now, I've been working out for 2 years, and there's so many things that I'm learning about my body, that I'm learning about my physique, that I'm learning about myself. So for my advice for someone who's anxious to start working out, you kind of just have to have the discipline and push yourself to start working out. And as time goes and as your self-esteem will increase, that anxiety that you have going to the gym, or that anxiety that you have working out, will obviously lessen, because you will see results, and those results will give you the confidence and tell you like, okay, yeah, I'm doing something correct, I should keep doing what I'm doing. Next question is stretching important? Yes, stretching is very, very, very important. I don't think people understand how important mobility is. My sister and I, we had this conversation like last week about hip flexors, and how our hips, majority of people, their hips are so tight because they're always sitting down for like a long period of time. Mobility is super important, especially if you're focusing on compound movements like the squat, bench, and deadlift, because your hip and your spine or your joints are the actual things that move, right? Like when you are doing a squat, yes, your body is going down, but the things that allow your body to go down is how well lubricated your joints are and how activated the muscle fibers are around in those areas that you are stimulating, right? What are your favorite leg/back exercises? For my legs, my favorite exercise is definitely the squat, because I can lift the most weight that way. And for my back, a lot of rows. I would say dumbbell rows or barbell rows. Any type of rows basically that help me grow definition in my back. That's like my favorite one. Next question is, I want to lose weight, any advice? Alright, so to keep things simple, because this shouldn't be a question that's going to be overcomplicated, losing weight comes down to 2 things: how many calories you're consuming and how many calories you're burning, right? So the basic formula to losing weight is basically just to exercise and to be in a caloric deficit. If you have those 2 things, then you will pretty much lose weight, like no matter what, because it's pretty simple. It's like if you're burning more than you're consuming, then you're obviously going to be losing weight. What do you do for abs? I haven't primarily trained abs in a while. My first year of lifting, I didn't really train abs at all. I had this like misconception that like, oh, if you train abs and your waist is going to get bigger, and because you're going to be adding on muscle on your abs, and I don't want that. I want a really small waist. And I didn't really touch like my abdominal area for the first year of training, and I thought that I will only get like a good amount of stimulation through my squats and my deadlifts. And although yeah, squats, deadlifts, and bench have a huge impact on your core stability and your core strength, it wasn't enough for me to be satisfied in terms of like how my abdominal area looked or how it was just being. So the thing about abs, you guys know that saying, it's like abs are made in the kitchen, which is so true, because you can do as many crunches as you want and as many sit-ups as you want and as many leg lifts as you want, but no matter how many of those you do, if you have a high percentage of body fat, those abs are just going to be strengthened underneath all those layers of fat. So in order for your abs to be apparent, you're going to want to be at a lower body fat so that they can show. Just wanted to say thank you for being a good Muslim. You really inspire me to be a good person. Thank you so much. Any advice for a healthy diet? I would say try to cut out sugary foods. I cut out sugar from my diet like 2 weeks ago, and my energy levels and my brain health, I feel like it has been absolutely skyrocketing. Like the types of food that you put into your body, that's how you're going to feel. If you put in junk and you put in disgusting oils and preserved foods into your body, then your brain is going to be operating with more brain fog, and you're just going to be feeling lethargic throughout the day, compared to if you were eating more healthier, cleaner, organic foods with less sugar and less processed foods, then you'll essentially be feeling better, and you'll have the opposite of like the dirty diet. Alright, next question is how to actually start working out and having a routine. Okay, so this is so important. I'm probably going to spend a lot of time on this question. Alright, so basically, if you guys want to build a routine and build your own routine and you have no idea where to start, your best bet is to kind of do what I did. It was to like cling on to like a fitness influencer that you like, someone who has the same body type as you, and kind of figure out their routines and figure out how they go about making and sculpting their body and their lifestyle. Because until you actually see yourself and you visualize yourself in someone else's shoes, you won't be able to get yourself in a routine. Sometimes you just need the initial push from like a friend or like a fitness guru that you follow online to kind of take the first step in getting things into a routine. Because to be honest, you can never build a structured routine until you make mistakes with prior routines. And then you'll be able to piece together the things that work for you and things that don't work for you, and that way you'll be able to have a routine. Do you have a coach or a trainer? Yes, now I do, because I am more experienced and I have more specific goals as to what I want to achieve physically. So, but for beginners, I wouldn't recommend getting a trainer right off the bat. I would say try to educate yourself more on your own goals and try to educate yourself on understanding how the body works and how your own genetics work. And then when you get to a level where you have specific goals, that way you'll be able to connect with a trainer, or you'll be able to connect with a coach whose expertise are higher than yours, and you're able to tell them, okay, this is how my body works, I've been training for this much, and you guys will go hand in hand, right? So you'll essentially be getting more benefit from a trainer or from a coach if you're already an experienced lifter compared to someone who's just starting out. But for me, my coach, his name is Daquan. He's a super knowledgeable dude in terms of strength training and weight loss. So if you guys do want to check out my coach, I'll link him down below. All of his links are down there. It's pretty affordable too. It's not like skyrocketed pricing and stuff, because I know that being young and not having your own money to spend can kind of be a disadvantage when it comes to like fitness. What was the most weight you ever lifted? The most weight I've ever deadlifted was 455. Alright, last question, and then I'm going to wrap up this video. Is it better to focus on a particular workout or a full body routine? Alright, so like I said and I mentioned earlier in this video, for a beginner, I would recommend starting with a full body routine, because to put things in perspective, when you do a full body routine 3 to 4 times a week, you're distributing the amount of pressure that your body is taking onto multiple joints, right? So if you do a full body routine, you're working at your upper body and your lower body, so that means your shoulders, your hips, and your knees are going to be taking a minimal amount of pressure 3 times a week, compared to like a push-pull legs split. So like if you dedicate a whole day just to chest, right, and you're a beginner, then your body can't take the load of having a lot of pressure on your chest and on your shoulder joint, and that's primarily going to lead to injury, and you might injure yourself and lose motivation that way. So as a beginner, do a full body routine or do something light until your body adapts to the frequency that you're training at, and then slowly increase from there. Yeah, okay guys, I'm going to end off the video over here. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please leave a like and a comment and subscribe if you're new. And if you made it this far in the video, then comment down below. I'm motivated, and inshallah, I will see you guys in the next YouTube video when I'm as strong as Umar radiallahu anhu. And I'm joking.